kind of had a lisp there. Fresh spread of the day. Today's fresh spread is from Arcane Mysteries. It's an amazing resource for spreads. Here it is, my binder where I keep all of my favorites. I'm going to pull it up for you guys so you can see it picture-in-picture mode as we go through each step of interpreting the cards that cannot speak to us. Now, the cards that come out are the cards that are meant to come out. If the message resonates with you, as always, then listen intently, rewind, subscribe so that you can have the channel to come back to and watch it again, because these messages can be intense. I have a whole lot of... This mug is amazing. It's so true. Tarot is just how Spirit's calling me out of my BS. But for all of us, helps me help you, help me help you. Right? Thank God for that. So anywho, moving forward, I will go ahead and pull up the... okay, should be working. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the image of the spread for you. So if you'd like to follow, because I know when I watch, it helps me to participate a little bit more, to be more engaged when I'm, following why the person's saying, why the reader's saying what they're saying. All right, let me make sure my webcam's working. Okay, I forget when I'm using this particular webcam that I do have to be, let's check it out. Where'd it go, yo? Hold up. I'm still here. Don't go anywhere, please and thank you. That should do it. There it is. Oh, but it's doing a reverse thing. So advanced settings. I am using a Logitech C922 Pro Stream webcam right now, just in case you want to know what's up. So there we go. Fixing that. Coming back around. And here we are. Now let's do what we were... There we go. Can I stretch it? Whoa! Awesome. I hope you can see that. Should I block me? What should I block? What should I block? You guys let me know. Maybe I'll put a poll in and tell me where you think it should go, because I just go with the flow of the universe that is. All right, I'll leave it there for now. We'll move it if we need to. It's already been 3 minutes and 40 seconds, so we have to edit. Boo. Let's get started. I'm going to pause so I can break out the card so you don't have to wait any more than you have to. Okay, for this particular spread, here's the where I normally keep my cards. Sorry it's so shiny. Normally that's a good thing, right? I just have a Morgan Greer deck and two Rider-Waite decks in here. I'm going to put that, it's not going to be in your vision, but you will be able to see me shuffle. I'm going to put that here. I've got a ton more crystals. Oh my gosh. Seriously, guys, when you are aligned with spirit, and I mean, even if you think you're not, like, even if you feel like you're just, because I often just, I know I'm messing stuff up, and I just feel like a big old poop head. But if you pray and you ask God, if you ask Spirit for something, He always shows up. And I needed a friend, and I found a friend that, I mean, just honestly, astrological charts, like, boom, best friends ever, and helped me to procure some of the amazing energy you may be feeling right now from all of the, and I have the crystals specifically arranged precisely for this reading, facing a challenge, to be able to provide the best message and that which is genuinely from the divine. So that's the intention. Everything is set up in accordance. So let's get started. Now, it's a simple 4-card spread. The first card is at the top, and that's the challenge, the nature of the challenge, and what you need to know about it. Oh, hold up. Show you one thing. See that? Moldavite. That's green amethyst, a peridot, and then that's actual meteorite. So there are not that many out there yet, but I have been organizing everything so that the asteroid forecast can start coming out more regularly and in a way that it's organized for general forecasts as well as specific forecasts based on element, sign, and other aspects, not specific aspects, but other ways of looking at your natal and or progressed astrology chart. So it's going to be really cool when it's ready. It's my passion project, like it's my baby. I don't want to say it's my Ceto, but it's a little bit of my Ceto, and you'll get what that means once I get there. Ceto is the name of an asteroid. It's related to the Trans-Plutonian asteroids, and it is astrologically to do with the monsters that live within us and the monsters we project onto the world around us and or accurately perceive in the world around us due to things that we feel as children in our purest state are going to be rejected because they're different. Anywho, moving on. Let's go. I'm going to have to edit this like nuts because this is, I don't like taking this long. I feel like I don't mean to rush. I really don't. I love you. I love you. Please stay. Please stay. I'm very conscientious of other people's time, so I don't mean to seem rushed. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm giving a good message in a good amount of time. I often think that it might be better to just let the message come and flow through as it's meant to and not worry about time. But then again, that also depends a little bit on the level of bandwidth available when it comes time to upload this stuff. So I'm going to pause, shuffle some cards. I'm going to bring them out, shuffle them, and bye-bye. Okay, so you guys saw, it's just right there, same thing I showed you earlier. I'm grabbing the, I moved it. I'm grabbing the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. I believe this is my original one. And just felt like this is the right energy. So we'll shuffle. Every day we'll shuffle one if we're lucky. Okay, and I'm going to, so when it comes to facing a challenge, we're starting with the first card, which is identifying essentially what the challenge is. And the bottom of the deck, the subconscious, sort of the private energy here of what the challenge may be. Oh, that's a lot better. Is the Emperor. Okay, so authority, father figures. Lord knows we're all spending more time around family during the holidays. Some of us are not used to spending that much time around family, and it's something that we look forward to, and then we get there and we're like, oh yeah, that's what it's really like. Or it's like, it's just different than our nostalgia leads us to believe, whether in a good way or a bad way. The Emperor can also be he's all of the 4 kings of each of the 4 suits combined, right? Those who have mastered their domain. So this can be a very benevolent, kind, righteously judicious, passionate about what's right, probitious, if you will, person. But to me, it's authority. I don't care who you are, if you're a reader, we all have personal biases that are very hard to remove. One of mine is not the biggest fan of authority. Okay. And then top of deck, Page of Wands. Right. So this is the initial personification. So like we have the Ace, which is all of the potential, but here it's actually materialized a bit. And so raw energy that's ready to get out there and actually interact. There's a lot of other interpretations for this card, but that's what I'm getting, so that's what I'm saying. With that said, let's shuffle in order to address, can you see the pointer? What we want to address is the challenge, whatever strengths are there, whatever weaknesses to be careful about, and then the overall advice of how to make that cocktail, so to speak. The holidays, people tend to have more cocktails, so that should be relevant. Other way. Okay. I'm not going to lie. It's the holidays. I had some champagne earlier, so I'm extra bubbly. You're welcome. But earlier, I won't tell you what I wrote. Ooh, wait, I forget I moved the camera. A new opportunity for love. Something. Or love leads to a new opportunity is what it really looks like. I still feel like people just need to wear pants when they're out in public. That's all. Keep that in mind for New Year's, everybody. All right, we're facing a challenge. Ooh. So it was, when I split before, it was the lovers here presenting a new opportunity. And now it's the Seven of Swords. Best watch your back. Someone's coming up to you, telling some sweet lies. You keep that pentacle in your pocket. You go back to your garden. You watch your swords. Those are your swords. If those swords are bad swords that he's carrying, if those are negative thoughts, they can keep them. Or he or she or anything else in the spectrum. You get what I'm trying to say. Yes? Okay. It's just, I normally, if I'm not on camera doing these, I don't even really see those, like, shuffle breaks, you know? But lately, it's been really adding to the message for sure. And it just, there's a reason for everything, you guys. And now we have, again, and I've been shuffling and shuffling. You see me, Ace. Okay, I'm a little dyslexic, so it's going to take me a bit to get used to this whole like image reversal thing. But we've got the Ace of Pentacles again, and then we've got the Nine of Pentacles. All my single ladies, right? Like someone who is comfortable in their own space and their own, who's already inside the garden. She's taken that potential pentacle and turned it into a bird in her hand. She's not quite at the 10. It can be lonely on the top from that bird's eye view. So that's an interesting sequence. From the Lovers to the Seven of Swords to the Nine of Pentacles. I really don't mean to infuse my life story into this stuff, but I mean, I can see how that would parallel to my life. All right, I'm going to quit shuffling because this is getting too good just shuffling. So we've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So all of the potential energy of the materialization of whatever it is that you truly desire And then you have denial. I feel like I've already done a reading just from shuffling, right? If someone is not treating you right, can I get my face near? If someone is not treating you right, do not allow it, okay? The Emperor card was the first one. This is so weird. The Emperor card was the first one that came out as bottom of deck energy. So that authority that maybe I like equanimity, right? So I'll leave it at that. But you have the ultimate authority over your life and your choices and your energy and the people you spend time with and the things you invest in. I know. Don't worry about what I look like. Worry about what I'm saying. We've already gotten a pretty strong message just starting out. This is about facing a challenge. So I feel like this is love related or relationship stuff. Everything's relationship related to a degree, right? Because that's the way our souls work. That's human nature. Okay. So bottom of deck, taking it is denial. It's not the Amazon, it's denial. And then the top is the Fool card. Be careful. That energy, as like what we're taking to go into this reading, once I start shuffling and the cards that pop out, this is the energy of the deck. As above and so below. New beginnings, tons of enthusiasm, a little bit of naivete. You got the dog here who's kind of like, hey, wait, no, don't do it, don't do it. And he's like, oh, but the sun's shining so brightly and it's so beautiful. Oh, you can't see, like looking up into the sky and it's so wonderful. And I've got my knapsack and this white rose and everything will be rosy forever. That's the edge. That's a plateau of a mountain. Those are clouds surrounding very high mountains. Okay? You don't have to be a geologist or something to realize that the level of altitude necessary for those sorts of clouds to be surrounding the mountains is up there, so to speak. So this guy is a little bit too... there is potential for error of judgment, but the enthusiasm is good. Just watch your step. Don't be in denial. So this card, any one of those swords, she could free herself immediately. You know, do not blindly walk into a place that's going to... I look at this card and I think that it's like, it's not even denial so much, and that's what it's classically described as, but it's being surrounded by thoughts, negative thought patterns that don't serve you, and your subconscious default that I was talking about the asteroid Ceto, like the monsters within and the monsters around. They're really just perceptions of things that we project to be true, because when we were younger, much, much younger, our authenticity was not validated, you know, because we had to fit in order to function. Let's get to shuffling. Card number 1, the nature of the challenge, what we need to know about it. Whew, well, I hope we find out, because this card sure doesn't know, and this card doesn't even know what the word challenge means. So, interesting. Okay, well that did that. That flew out face up. All right, so the nature of the challenge and what you need to know about it. Let me give you the close-up because I love you, and it's good. The Star card. This is Aquarius. That's 11th house. That's friendship. These are bonds. These are like close friends. They're not acquaintances. These are people that matter to you in your life, your soul tribe. Okay? So the challenge you're facing may have to do with giving and receiving if things are and whether or not what you're pouring out is actually nourishing that which you intend it to. Okay? Because you only have so much as a human being. You are a star and you shine bright like a diamond. Aquariuses are amazing and intelligent and intuitive people. Okay, so that's the nature of the problem. This could also possibly indicate a level of maybe being put on a pedestal, and like maybe that's part of the problem, that you just want to do your work, or that you want to aspire to something higher, but you're too busy focused on just pouring everything you have out that you're not able to do that. Not to mention, you forgot you don't have clothes on. Or maybe you're doing what you're doing because you're in a state of true nakedness, right? No shame, no need for clothes. It's like back in the Garden of Eden. So any of these things could potentially describe the nature of the challenge here. But we'll get more into it as we get to the next cards. Now the second card here is your strength, your greatest strength to use when facing this challenge. Okay, I'm going to put my tarot deck right here. I'm going to pause because honestly I want a sip of champagne. And I just don't want to do it on camera, so hold up. But it's going to be exactly the same, I promise. Okay, I'm back. I thought about it a bit. Oh, I was going to show y'all something. And I kind of went and checked my references to I like to validate, because I don't want to tell you anything unless I know what I think, what I feel, but I know that the people that put the work into creating these cards, there's a whole lot to that. So I do double check sometimes to validate. But I've created some. I'm going to have my asteroid forecast broken down by element, and then have weekly forecasts available that you can download in PDF. So this is the rough draft of what that's going to look like, and it'll be filled in with all of your asteroid stuff. All right, so back to point. I never did have that tip. But I think that the star card as your challenge right now, truth be told, because that's what the star card is a lot about, you might be shining a little bit too bright for some people, and it's like when the positively ionized ends of two magnets come together, they repel each other. So it's too many chiefs in the teepee, so to speak. And so that might be the challenge, that you might just want to be your authentic self, and that's an amazing thing, and you probably worked really hard to get there, but there might be some people that see that as a challenge. So the challenge may be external, and then the internal challenge and response is how to maintain balance and to remain true to your authentic self, and to not, to be unfazed. Okay, sit finally. That was kind of cool, like a shadow effect. Okay. So, just hope, optimism, inspiration, visionary. That's what the star card is about by the book, right? So the next card, I want less shadows because there's all of these beautiful crystals, and I want that energy to fill the frame, not just me. So I'm super feeling energized by all this stuff. All of this stuff, right? Okay. Your strength, your greatest strength to use when facing this challenge. When facing the challenge of other people. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's why the Fool and the Eight of Swords are there. Because it's like, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to be me. I'm going to shine bright. And that's who I am. And I'm not going to pay attention to you, all those who want me to walk off the cliff. I'm not going to pay attention to you, all of the yapping, I love puppies. Who doesn't? But, all the yappers, like the yapping puppies saying, no, don't do it, don't do it. You can't make it. I'm not going to listen to that because I know I'm a star. And the denial where her face was, that wasn't denial. That was saying, I'm focused. I have a vision. I don't need these thoughts. I don't need these negative swords around me that I didn't put there. That could be it. That could be the challenge. Okay, so what's your strength? What's your greatest strength? Oh, it didn't come face up. None of those came face up. Y'all know my rule. Okay. Here's what it was. If you wanna, what is Brene Brown? Okay, Teddy Roosevelt quote that Brene Brown uses, and I love that woman with all my heart. I'm not going to listen to anyone who wants to criticize, but doesn't show up in the ring, so to speak. Same thing with my cards. If you don't show your face, you don't get the voice. Holy shnikes. Okay. This is what happened. Getting them back together. I want you to see, because it's like my hands, but it's not me. You know what I mean? Alright, so in the two position should be over here. What are your strengths? Holy shnikes. You've got two cards as your strengths. You have the Sun and you have Justice. Light will be shown upon, so you've got the red flag, and then you've got the red cloaks, and you've got the red backdrop, and then you've got the yellow above the backdrop that the sun's shining through. And here's this person holding the scale. Holding the scales of justice, holding the sword of truth, and there you are, just childlike and innocent, embracing this victory. You're like, I've known this whole time. I've known this whole time facing this challenge. I don't know what y'all are up to. And I really back to that asteroid Ceto. I hope that whatever monsters within that you have, find justice and healing. Healing definitely through this. The sun can be very healing. It can bring life for sure, phyto life, right? For one, but that's your strength. You're just this innocent, amazing, victorious person. Now, I'm just saying, with the sun card and the star card there is a potential for some ego. So don't let this justice card here be talking to your ego, okay? Let it be talking to your higher self. So in the classic deck, the scales of justice are balanced. And in Egyptian mythology, there's the heart is in one scale, and then a feather in the other. And your heart is supposed to be lighter than the feather because you've you've done more good than wrong overall. And there's a level of awareness that goes with that. I think the sun definitely speaks to being aware, but it's also a childlike innocence. But don't be hubristic about it. That's my only warning. So these are your strengths. And everything in balance, right? That's what this is saying. So don't be hubristic about anything. Maintain your rational sensibilities. I mean, that's just like a very impressive response from the cards. Hold on. I heard something like a weird noise in the house. So, okay, maybe y'all heard that too in the background. I don't know. But when I went to check, I did find some delicious gooey cake to eat. So please don't mind me. This is that's so gooey. Yeah, I don't want to watch me eat. I know a lot of people on YouTube who love watching people eat, but we want tarot cards, right? Oh my gosh, this is so good. What's the brand? I need to promote it. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Okay, it's gone now, pretty much. So the next card, I mean, oh my gosh. You guys, gooey cake is so good. I just recently became a vegetarian, but I still get to have cake every, a little bit every now and then. Okay, so what the next card speaks to your weakness. Whatever the weakness is in the situation facing this challenge, shining so bright. So your biggest weakness to be careful of regarding this challenge, as if you want to pause and zoom, you can see right there. So bottom of the deck energy, we got the Page of Wands again. So pages are a little bit of an immature energy, right? So the weakness may be showing up thinking you know everything and you can just wing it and todo está bien, it's all good. I did just eat a lot of cake, so excuse me, you guys. I'm so sorry. If that offends you, well, I don't really know what to say. It was delicious. Okay, and then, so the page is the personification, finally, of that raw, creative force energy. But then we have the Six of Swords, which is someone who's leaving, who's, like a pilgrimage is the word, from the actual book and stuff. He's on a journey. He's leaving something behind. So it's you had the Fool, this blind enthusiasm, and then this, blindness to all of the swords around you. And then shining bright regardless, even no matter if you're walking off of a cliff or if you're blindfolded surrounded by swords. And we've got the Sun and Justice, and then if you have to leave, you're going to leave, but you're probably going to do so. And with the Page of Wands here, which is fire energy, right, this guy's leaving quietly. This guy, I don't think he knows how to do that. So we need to find balance between these. All right, so this is all right. So the weakness. Let's ask Spirit. The biggest weakness to be careful about regarding this situation. Almost. Okay. The biggest spirit, please, whatever message is meant from you, whatever message is truly true, please present it as it's, oh wow, okay, so there's a bunch of cards that came out. It's probably too many to take. Strength on top, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's way too many to take, but we will take a look. So when it comes to weakness, on the top, there's strength. So I feel like this storyline, whatever it is, it's a very like subconscious, maybe collectively subconscious storyline. It might be an interplay of things that are around you. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles here. So this is stinginess, but it's in reverse. So it's like beginning to let go of that stinginess, or a delay in release of the stinginess, or just a stronger cling. Generally, it's the release, right? And then we went from the Page of Wands to the Ace of Wands, which to me, that's like zygote to embryo or something like that. So all of, if you could just let go, if someone would just let go of you, of their perceptions of you, you have all of this potential energy that you just so want to bring to the world. That's the Page of Wands, right? You have the Lovers. There's a decision to be made. And there are relationships at stake. And there are angels watching. And then we have the 5 of Wands, the conflict card. This can be internal conflict, external conflict, but it's usually manufactured. It's not, it feels real. But, I mean, like once upon a time, as human beings, we had to escape lions and tigers and bears for our very survival. All right, now that's something that like necessitates some adrenaline and a high stress response. But mostly these days we respond to these mundane daily things, anything that's just kind of, I mean, just really mundane. If it just doesn't match what we expect, we create conflict. So the reverse really makes me feel like internal conflict over a decision about separating from someone, something, someplace that you love. Your energy is invested, but you're ready to let go of the investment. And then here again, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You're looking at what your reality could be, but you feel upside down. And then the King of Swords. So another court card again, but he is someone who's very judicious, very practical, almost to a fault, and he will cut out whatever needs to be cut out. And then it's followed by the Strength card, Major Arcana, which is like self-compassion, self-love, doing what's right for you, having the strength to do it, and knowing that you're doing it for the right reasons. So there's that little subplot. All right, Spirit, what are the weaknesses in the situation regarding the Star card as the challenge, with the Sun card and the Justice card as the strengths? Okay, we got 3. Oh, all right. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Okay. So your weakness, you're moving slow, which may be moving slow towards victory. Look how similarly they're postured on their sturdy steeds, if you can. One has no one and nothing behind him. No landscape really at all. It's simply he, himself, me, myself, and I is what it is going for. On this horse that does not look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. This pinnacle ready to be offered. So there's a feeling of success because it's like you know you have something to offer, but it's just not going anywhere. And then here is this opportunity, seemingly out of the sky. somewhat confusing because it's full of potential, and entropy is defined by the, transmutation or transition of potential to kinetic energy in all of its various forms, right? So this guy thinks he's already in the garden. This guy thinks he's got the opportunity already in his hand. You haven't made it yet, okay? The sun's shining. Justice is with you. You've got the Star card as your challenge. Okay, so I can see why you might think these things. But what did I say before? Hubris takes down the best. Think of the myth of Icarus. He was half son of the gods. Whoa, did y'all hear that? That wasn't an earthquake. That was just me. Flew too close to the sun. He had these wings. They melted, and he never flew again. Let's just leave it at that. The next card is the final card. It's the advice card, which clearly says, interpret this card as advice for using your strength to counterbalance your weakness and thereby successfully face the challenge. Okay, so here's the thing. You see, there's a level of awareness here, the potential for hubris. And the Justice card here is showing that there's confidence and balance. That's a definite strength. And oh my gosh, I just realized that's my mom and dad, Leo and Libra. Always an interesting pair. Okay, so what is the advice card? Bottom of the deck energy is, because I put those cards at the bottom, the Four of Pentacles in reverse. We already talked about what that means. So when it comes to the advice, and then the top of the deck is the Ten of Swords. So something, Justice, the Sword of Truth, and 10 swords in the back of the top of deck, the conscious superego, or just present energy. We had the 8 of Swords earlier. So maybe 8 of those swords in the back of the gentleman with the 10 of Swords in this card. 8 of those were yours you could have prevented. The other 2, that's making a decision. Another blindfold card. So do not be blinded by your own light right now. That is a major message coming through. And again, this is saying let go of your perception of reality, because 4 Pentacles ain't that much Pentacles, bro. You got at least 6 more to go before you even get to the Court cards. Right? Okay. So what's the advice? Spirit, what is the advice of how to balance the strengths and weaknesses here regarding the challenge of shining too bright? Okay. It was upside down. This was a little X right here. I'll put these where you can see them. Knight of Cups in reverse as the advice card. I'm not going to lie. So for me, that's a little confusing because the typical interpretations I go to don't really line up. But lucky for y'all, I love doing my homework. And eating cake. So charming, affable, and equanimity. So if those are the key, but that was not in reverse. Discouragement, a word that I do not know. ENNUI is how it's spelled. If you know the word and its meaning, please comment below. I hate when that happens to me. I did really well on my verbal SAT. Okay. Discouragement, NUI, unmotivated, discomfiture. Discomfiture. Okay. So things are going slow. You've got, like, you're trying to balance it out, but you've got all of this positive energy, and then you've got these, like, obstacles, and then you've got this opportunity, and you're envisioning success, but it's going slow, and that's your weakness. You know, is there's a seeming lack of practicality, just because of the way these cards relate. Even though, like, the Knight of Pentacles is like a steady, hard-working card, seeing success as a result of this hard work, leading to an opportunity, but it's not there yet. Like, it's still in the clouds. So you've got to wait for the light to shine on justice. So again, the Knight of Cups in reverse. You guys, that is all about, according to tarot.com. Feelings of discouragement could also indicate someone who is out of touch with reality. That's what I've been saying. Could also indicate someone who is out of, that's what it said, overly emotional, drawn from the world, laziness. Oh, I see that connection. Okay. Could also indicate a young woman in Seeker's life who embodies the, you always try and do that. This interpretation is kind of funky. Alright, so it's like, but if it's a woman, then it's someone in their life that has a negative impact. Because I'm sure that everyone watching is a male, right? No. Okay. So the Knight of Cups is an offer of love, a message of love. It's like this very endearing. So I think what the advice is to control your emotions, to slow it down. And the reversal, the most common interpretation of any card in reverse is like a delay of what the upright position would mean. So it's just a delay in this, like, show of appreciation, and this, like, show of gratitude and the show of love. It's gonna, right, we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles upright here. So just have patience. I think that's the key. That's what this is saying. Like, hold on to your cup, hold on to the love, because this is the challenge. He's pouring it all out. This guy's holding on to it, and the advice is he's upside down, but there's nothing spilling. So even if you're upside down, hold on to your cup. Don't spill it all out. Let your light shine. Be balanced. Don't be too hubristic about opportunities that have not yet actually tangibly arrived. And remain true to yourself. Okay, so this has been almost an hour. I love you guys so much. I really do. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you think. As always, I love you more than you know. You're stronger than you think. You're so much shinier than you think, more beautiful than you think, more just lovely in every way. And I'm so grateful that if you're here right now hearing me say this, I'm just grateful that you found this, and I really hope that this message was, if nothing else, entertaining, but I hope it resonated. And let me know what you think. And if you have any questions about anything else, just let me know. I'm easy to get a hold of. So there's the camera. Love you tons from Lauren with Tarot Therapy. And I'll see you next time with the next fresh spread. Bye, y'all.